Hello, everyone. How you doing? So tonight, we're just gonna be sitting here on the ottoman, talking a little bit about the Indiegogo campaign that ends in 3 days. Since the last video, we had another contribution, so thank you, Mark, for that. Um, that's awesome. And I'm going to just be doing some writing. Um, and we'll come in and out if you have any questions or you want to just shoot the Shiite. That's not right. The breeze. Do it in the chat and we'll come back and forth. Get yourself a little glass of the good stuff and we'll be all good. Zoe's making fun of me. Shocker. You want to know what I'm drinking tonight? I am drinking Barefoot Cobb Sauv. Yeah. And hopefully that will be gone soon. My wife, on the other hand, is drinking some chilled white because it's warm outside. And
why do you say it like it's weird?
I don't know. It's not weird. She's just sitting over there doing a little bit of the old crochet. She might pop in and out.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Hey, Cedar, how you doing? How are you doing? How is isolation up there? I'm pretty sure the delay is quite bad on here. No. I'm good. Hope you both are well. It sucks. We're okay. And, yeah. You know, it is what it is. Ain't that right? Some of us are more okay than others. Isn't that what the kids say? They say, I'm 5x5. Yeah. But at least people are following orders and the numbers are going down. They might be following orders where you are, but man,
No one's hitting the beach here.
Dude, people here are just like coming out here for the weekend. They're going down to the beach. They're annoyed that they have to put a mask on to go in a gas station. It's just, yeah, it's maddening, I would say. Maddening's a better term,
Yeah.
I think. It's making me go a little loopy. Oh. But it's good to hear that you're doing okay. Yeah, super dumb. I can't believe... I mean, I understand people are bored at home and they want to, like, take this time to get outside and do something fun with the family. But when you do that and you come to a place, none of you wearing masks, and this is where other people live, it's like, I don't know. It's just the most irresponsible thing I could think of. Selfish, yeah. I've seen all the news and it's so crazy. I'm loopy AF. Well, there's a t-shirt. Get on that. Alright. Yeah. What have you been doing to keep yourself from doing stupid things? Cuddling puppies? Nope. These people are a disgrace. I cuddle all the puppies, and they're totally insane. But it's a fun way to pass the time. Yeah. People are shit, I think is the nicest way to put it. I shaved Jeremy's head today. Hashtag Corona. Yeah, Zoe gave me a little mohawk and she was supposed to trim it today, but couldn't find the time because of the laundry. Yeah, Corona haircuts are the way to go right now.
I might just shave all mine.
You know, for someone who acted like 5 minutes ago that you were doing okay, you're sounding very at the end of your rope.
It's people. I'm alright. That's pretty weird. But every time I go on Facebook, I want to kill it.
Oh yeah, like I've been posting on Facebook, but I have not been looking at Facebook. Zoe goes on Facebook and she starts telling me stuff, and just rage builds up, and it's just nuts. So trendy you guys are. Are you fucking Yoda? So trendy you guys are. Oh man. No, like I watched YouTube today for the first time in probably a week. And I watched 2 videos?
Yeah.
I watched 2 videos and I was so just ready to explode, pissed off. And all I was doing was relaying the information to Zoe. And by the end of me relaying the information, my voice was so loud.
Both of us were pissed off.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
So it's just like, I don't know. Was it Sartre who said, "Hell is other people"? Oh, look at that. I quoted somebody correctly. But yeah. People, man. Hard work. Man, this wine is really good after afternoon of Natty Light.
It's so classy. Like,
Dude, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is already hitting it. Woo! Oh. Can't even handle the news right now. I stick to drag queen videos on YouTube.
yeah. Angel and Buffy.
Yeah, Zoe's watching Angel and Buffy. Cedar, if you have not watched all of the In-Betweeners on Netflix, I don't think Cedar will hate that.
Really?
She will cringe,
it's
but
so
I
good.
don't think she'll hate it.
It is cool.
It will definitely kill a day or two. Easy. I've already seen it numerous times and watched it again with Shay and was like, oh my gosh, you haven't seen it. Definitely still sit here and with me. But once you're done, Watch it. It's 3 seasons and then 2 movies.
Seasons are only like 10
The seasons are only like 10 episodes, but you have to watch the show before you watch the movies. It is just like ultra cringe, like for real.
For English kids in high school.
For English kids in high school. So, but the funny thing is, you would probably relate. Not that you acted like those kids, but I'm pretty sure you knew people exactly like that. But it's just cringy as fuck. For real. And I'm actually, I guess this would be my office I'm sitting in. I'm on my ottoman with my laptop on a bar stool next to the stove.
Next to the extractor fan.
Next to the extractor fan. Cringy in what way? Oh my gosh. Like gory or just gross? Okay.
Right.
Imagine 4 virgins who are constantly trying to prove to the other virgins that they're not a virgin. Is that good?
Kind of. There's a lot of poo.
There's a lot of puke.
Poo.
Oh, there is some poo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny. Like, I think it's so funny. Like, I crack up. Like, ridiculous when I watch it. Whew. Let's see here. So, is anybody else watching anything or reading anything to kill time until government officials tell them it's safe to go outside and do things? Ew. Puke and poo, let me at it. I'll check it out though. Yeah, it's funny. It's really funny.
Mainly Rhodey sex experiences or talking about it than when they have no experience.
Yeah, it's like, think of every horrific sexual experience either you've ever had or could imagine having,
or you've heard
of someone having,
and felt so sorry for them.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is so good. I freaking love that. In fact, I read that not too long ago again, and then watched Blade Runner right after, and I felt like I really liked the book way more.
Did you watch the new Blade Runner?
Yeah, with Rygos and
Batista.
Batista and
I remember it being that.
and Hereford.
Yeah.
All right. So that's awesome. Good read with that. All right. So before I get going on the clackety clack here, for those of you who don't know, The End of Everything, Indiegogo book that I wrote. The link is in the description below. You can check out all the tiers. We have tiers starting at only $1. That is the coronavirus special. Yeah, good stuff. And Zoe won't let me play music in the background for copyright reasons.
Why do you try and throw me under the bus all the time?
Why are you saying it like that? You were looking out for the betterment of the channel, babe. And that's good.
Yeah, squares are always really cool.
Okay, briefcase waker. Oh, man. Okay, so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to pull. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I'm pulling. I'm going to pull this up. So now there's a big white square in the upper left. And I'm just going to start writing. So, yeah, there we go. And you can keep popping up in the comments. I will probably see it and I will respond when I'm done with the clickety clack clack. So let's see here. I'm gonna bring the volume down. I'm gonna bring the volume down a bit, and hopefully I'll remember to put it back up. All right. Mm-hmm. So let's see what's going on here. Okay. So yeah, the end of everything. 3 days. Um, we're ways away from the goal, but I think we can make a dent in it, which will be extremely helpful. Links down below. What was that, Mother? Huh? Come on, tell me. Pendra, good morning. Zoe, say hi to Pendra.
Hi, Kendra.
Can you hear Zoe? When I told her I talked to you earlier, she was so jealous.
It's like, yay, Kendra. I talked to Kendra for Goodreads.
Well, I don't. I don't even really go on Goodreads anymore.
Kendra
Hendra
recommends most awesome books.
recommends the most awesome books to Zoe. Hey, girl.
Yay.
How's it go? Oh, I can't even think now. Oof, the wine's getting to me a little bit. Wow. But yeah, maybe I should. Um, I'm rallying for you, and I can't wait to get my copy. I have to run off. Good night, you guys. Good night, Cedar. I know you're just watching In-Betweeners, and that's okay. It's a good show. You'll like it.
It's good.
It's funny. I like it. Let's see here. What do we got going on? Alrighty. Well, I'm probably going to go back and write a bit. So I'm going to turn this down a little and I'll turn it back up. I promise. Am I spelling that wrong? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, what's she doing? trying to show everyone your butt? All right. Let's see. I have too many things open. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, did you guys not be able to see that? Oh, I'm sorry. I turned the volume down, but didn't turn the thing on. Oh, I'm a dick. Sorry about that. My bad. I have a feeling that somebody left the door open when they went outside. Is that nope that you didn't see it? I'm sorry. Oh, I'll figure this out. Sorry about that. But, oh, that's what I did. That's why I didn't show up. Oops. Why is it not doing what I want it to do? Alright, let me get back into this. So I'm gonna turn down a bit. Why are you not doing what I want you to do? I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me. I'll turn that up. I don't know if it did. I couldn't find it. I'm freaking out. If I don't see it tomorrow, because it comes out every morning. So if I don't see it tomorrow morning, I'm gonna completely lose it. Um, so that's my little homie. So hopefully it's okay. But Zoe's just like, it's nature. You just have to relax. Um, so we'll see. Did I swim and swim and?
Were you not showing the screen?
I wasn't showing Scribner.
So you're just showing the screen?
So I was showing the Indiegogo page and me, and I was just like. Wow. Peanut gallery. Okay. Go night night, Rick. You guys don't have to whisper. I have the volume down. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna yell from the door. What? Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Nuh-uh. Oh. Jessica, I just donated. Can't wait to read your work. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you. You need to get up. And nope. You gotta get up and get it. Zoe doesn't want to make a photo bomb in this. And she's wanting me. Babe, you have a lovely current state. I love your current state. Here, I'll turn the camera off for 2 seconds. It's off.
You haven't turned it off.
I did. Look, because if it was on, it would look like that. And you were in for just a second. Are you gonna come back?
Just pants me, guys.
Oh, Jessica, thank you so much.
That's
awesome. Alrighty. Back to the grind. You know what is grinding? Sitting on this little ottoman for a long time. Yeah, I'm wearing my short shorts. Zoe sewed up the bits that showed a little too much man, and so I'm really breaking them in now.
Unfortunately, I couldn't add another 6 inches to the
Oh. Oh my god. Alright. My wife. I thought that was going somewhere completely different. Hey, Jimmy. All right. So, how is everybody doing? Let's see here. Sweet. All right. So, hey, Jimmy, I don't know if you could hear me when the volume was down. I don't know really what the range of the volume is. So, Jessica, again, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Oh. Okay, so Jimmy says, this sounds familiar to me. When I pulled punishment detail at a military academy summer school, they had massive roaches crawling the walls, just out where the light touched. It's so weird. Um, as soon as the light comes on, it was down in a cellar with a square wooden floor platform that we walked around for hours. Ooh. Yeah, you had me at cellar. No, thank you. But if you haven't experienced like a wave of roaches running from the light, like it looks fake. Like it looks, I don't know another way to describe it. Like it looks like it would look like if it was a cartoon or something. Like just the synchronized movement of hundreds of cockroaches all doing the same thing at once. It's surreal. It's not fun. But I think honestly the smell is what gets me more than anything. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Totally. It's so weird. But man, I was talking to Zoe about it the other day. I was like, what is that smell? Like, it's really thick, it's really sweet, but it also smells like shit. Like, I don't know. But, like, decay and rot. It just sticks with you. It's so fucking gross. And there goes everyone who was watching. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, it's weird. Ugh, the smell of decay itself. Ooh, bull. Alright, let's not talk about cockroaches no more. Let's talk about this tasty wine. That's some tasty wine. Let's see here. It's 2 a.m. here. Pretty cool getting to talk to you again after all this time. When was the last time we talked? Two a.m. Let me figure this out. East Coast. Oh, awesome. How are you liking Dankers? Yeah, probably. Are you going in like publication order? Yeah. Red Harvest, like, honestly, is really. Oh, the Library of America collection. I'm so hot and cold on those because I like that everything's there, but I don't know if it's just the artwork or the size. it just really bothers me. I got one of Raymond Carver not too long ago, and it's almost a chore dealing with something that big. But I do like that there are collections that like that you can get. I whenever I see one, like especially if I see one at like a thrift store or something like that, I'll snap at it, and then as soon as I get home, I'm like, why did I do that? Now I have this giant fat ass book, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Am I gonna just sit and read it on my lap? I don't know why I have such an aversion to big, chunky books. It freaks me out. Only thing I don't like are the page thinness. I have the Raymond Chandler 2 book and American Noir 2 book. Oh, nice. But yeah, like as a flip from Red Harvest, yeah. Like, Red Harvest is hard to touch, even by Hammett standards, I think. Because, like, if you read The Maltese Falcon is even, to me, like a huge departure. Embrace the chunk. Hey there, Alex. Yeah, the Maltese Falcon to me is such a huge pull away from Red Harvest. It's weird. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to read that book so much. Okay, so 1Q84 by Murakami. Like, the size of it, take comfort in the heft. Like, it has put me off because I think I've read everything he wrote up to that. I'm pretty sure I've read all from the first novel up to that. And that is just too much, dude. I don't know if I could do it. Like, I don't want to be, like, thinking about... Oh, Raymond Chandler 2 book, not Raymond Carver is what you said. It's really good. I encourage you to grab a copy. Oh, everyone says it's so freaking good, man. Oh, it's so frustrating. Maybe that's when I go, oh, I should definitely get an ebook version of this. Maybe that one will be an ebook version. Although, I will say that I think it's the latest copy of it. I really love the artwork on the cover and on the spine. So, deciding to go ebook might piss me off, actually. Yeah. You kind of got to with that, yeah. Let's see here. Has this done anything? Yay! It has. 866. Good job, team. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh man. So, is it the best Murakami book that you've read? Really? You're actually not the first person who said that to me. Norwegian Wood. I can't remember what the trilogy is called, um, but the first books that he wrote. And so thorough that you will complete it feeling fulfilled as though witnessing a full character study of those people. Uh, what was that called? The trilogy he did. Rat trilogy, yeah. I'm trying to remember which. It was the second book, I think. I just loved it. I thought it was so good. Oh, Hear the Wind Sing, Pinball 1973, Wild Sheep Chase, Dance Dance Dance. Dance 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 I didn't like as much as the other three. But Pinball 73 and Wild Sheep Chase I thought were so fucking good. I really liked them. Hear the Wind Sing's good too. But the second and the third I really, really liked. In fact, that little drawing of the sheep dude that he did in the book, I had that as like my screensaver on my phone for like a year. Um, I don't know why I thought that was so cool. I'm like, I gotta get this tattooed on me. But then I was like, do I really want to get something that I'm going to have to explain to people all the time? Because I don't like talking to people very much in public. Yeah, Murakami seems to be very, especially now, like the last like couple years, especially on BookTube. Actually, um, if you like his stuff, there's almost like a red mark on you. It's really weird. Yeah. But one of the things I will say about the Murakami books that I have read is that I always feel like the book either ends too soon or I don't get enough closure with the character. And if you're saying that in IQ 84 you get like a full character study of them, and you, like, I don't know if you're saying that you feel satisfied with where the characters end up and how the book ends, but that's always been kind of my thing. Like, I feel like whenever I read one of his books that I don't want it to end, but I want closure from the character more so than what I get. And that's weird because usually I think people overdo it to high fucking heaven. So, that's probably really high praise for me. Talking to people isn't the easiest for me. If I want to care what they think, I eventually say something they don't understand and they stop trying back, always gotta leave the readers wanting more. Yeah. That's definitely true, Alex. And I, even though he leaves me wanting more, I want him to just tie it up a little bit more for me. That would make me a happier camper. Yeah, talking to people in public sucks balls. And it's usually because I never start a conversation with people in public. Like, people will just come up to me and start saying things. And the whole time they do, I'm just trying to figure out a way to get the fuck out of the conversation. Because it's like, I didn't ask for the conversation. And I just wrote something the other day on my website about how, not like just last week, I was in a situation where there were people and the people kept trying to talk to me and I didn't, my social skills weren't going great, and they had a pit bull that came out and was just like jumping on me and clawing me and biting me and playing, but it was playing really rough and I was like bleeding and all sorts of shit. And I realized that I would rather play with the fucking pit bull and get cut up and bloody than have to try to figure out how to have a conversation with these people. And they weren't bad people. It's just like, I don't understand. Hello, Luke. How you doing? I get paid to talk to people, so I actually hate it because I can't curse at all. Yeah, that would be the end of me for sure. The last retail-y job I had, I cussed out this old lady. Felt kind of bad about it afterwards, but she was trying to tell me how to do my job, and I don't go to fucking her house and tell her how to do her shit. So, where the fuck does she get off? Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah, because, like, I know I'm going to get dirty looks from the wife.
No.
She's like, I actually said it nicer here than I did to her at the time. So, what are you gonna do? She was fucking rude as shit. But I don't know. I'm just saying. She was really mean. No, you're not mean. You're a sweetheart. Huh. Yeah. Good lord. Oh, I didn't tell you. The Starbucks opened again. The line was like fucking out to the street.
Yeah, I'm not surprised people get
Yeah. I'm shocked. I thought like there would be less people, because after a month, like I thought their like cravings or addictions would kind of veer to other stuff. Yeah. Fucking lock down. Am I right, guys? Yeah. I'm getting stupid. So I hope I'm not the only one drinking right now. Because that would be embarrassing. In your writing, you never curse. Yeah, like, I honestly try to never do it because when I read other people's stuff and it's just a bunch of cussing and stuff, I'm like, okay, they're trying too hard. Or it always reads weird. So, let me see if I could, stretch these legs out, man. My My dogs are barking. I'm not even doing anything. Yeah, but when I read other people's stuff, and it was like that, it would freak me out. So when I was writing novels and serials and stuff, I tried to not cuss a lot. I would try to do it as sparingly as possible. But since I've been writing poetry more, I am just like dropping all sorts of stuff. People need their Starbucks and a pumpkin spice latte. Okay, so firstly, let me answer some of these here. Alex says, things opening up in California. I'm no longer drinking, but have drunk. And that's cool. And Jimmy says, I'll take a shot with you. Good, good, good. Like when I used to go to Starbucks so much that I started to feel like almost like they should pay me to go. Alex, dude, that's hysterical. Fuck that. Be authentic. Use bad language. Totally. I agree with you. I think what it is too about that is when you're writing novels and shit, you're always thinking of the Amazon audience, or at least I was. Like, always thinking of, like, oh, what do these people expect? What do these people want? And that's why I'm kind of glad I'm not doing that shit right now. Because I'm so fucking tired of writing for other people. And that's kind of like what the book's about. But, I mean, it's about me losing my fucking shit while figuring that out, basically. But yeah, things are opening up in California. I guess the governor said Friday, like this coming Friday, a lot more places that were told to be closed are going to be opened to kind of see how shit goes. But man, back to Starbucks, man. Like, I felt so entitled. I'm like, I come here every day. Like, you should be fucking paying me to come here and drink your shit. And I don't know why I felt like that, but I just got this weird feeling that they should be paying me. And in a roundabout way, they did. I mean, am I right? No, never mind. But we won't talk about that. No, babe, I'm not, honey. In speech, for sure. In writing, I can't help but think of ways that I want to say things more severe than just a 4-letter. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I feel like people in this situation right now are feeling more and more like that. And, like, bringing the masses to Starbucks. Don't go to Starbucks, guys. Don't do it. I know we all want our pumpkin spice lattes. I guess I don't write very well. It's not poetry, I just teach. Chris in my classroom is protected by academic freedom. Wow, I wish you were my teacher. When I was in school, I was just telling my kid about this teacher that we used to get into actual like physical fights with, and he would never tell the principal or tell anybody anything. But he would just like always like get feisty and want to like beat the shit out of some of the kids, and usually the kids beat the shit out of him. But what are you gonna do? Things are definitely weird now. Like, not just with this coronavirus thing, but just like in talking to my kid about how school's like now. Like when you like when you're an adult, obviously we're all adults here, but like when you have a kid and you think your kid's a kid, and then all of a sudden your kid's like a teenager about to become an adult, and you're like, oh, that's strange, and you start like dissecting parts of life that like my kid has gone through compared to what I had gone through. It's so crazy. Like it's like there's so much stuff that just like baffles my mind, and I just don't get it. And I'm trying, man, but dude, let me tell you, I just hate being that guy that's like, back in my day, um, you know. But I wrote this book back in December, and it was really, really hard for me. I was in a really, really, dude, seriously, old man yells at cloud. That is like, that's who like my spirit animal is, but I really don't want anyone to know that. Um, I kind of feel bad. My nieces won't know the 80s vibe of bicycles and sandlots. Times are definitely different. Dude, like, when I had to explain what a VHS tape was, like, I thought that was, like, gonna be the end of, of it all. Like, I was just like, oh my god, I'm a dinosaur. But, there's actually been hundreds of other things that, I didn't know that my kid didn't know. Like when I had to tell my kid that ketchup didn't always come in a squeeze bottle. That just was like an offhanded comment, and it turned into like this, whoa, oh my gosh, you must have been living in the Stone Ages. And I'm like, yeah, you had to like tap on the 57 to get the ketchup to come out or stick a knife in the bottle, you know? What's that? Yeah, it's nuts. Um, can you imagine the kind of trouble you would have got into as a kid if you had a cell phone with access to the internet? A thing that we didn't even know existed at the time? Um, Fucking hell, dude. That would have been the end. That would have been bad. But yeah, so this, the End of Everything book, I wrote in December when I was not doing well mentally, we'll say, and put everything together, started the campaign, doing all this stuff before I realized that coronavirus was like destroying the earth. And so timing wasn't my best friend with this. But I still think it works well, and I still think we'll be able to put some cool shit out with it. But yeah, times are definitely different. For real. I still have to go through my phone and, because for about a week, I was trying to just write on my phone instead of on my computer. And that completely fucked all my shit up because I was like emailing what I was writing to myself so I could like take a look at it. Um, and there's some shit that I sent, some shit that I didn't, some shit that I sent that I put into my Scrivener file, and like it's just a total mess, and it will seriously take me a day of just going through everything and finding out what got sent, what didn't, what still needs to be sent, and what's been placed. And I'm just like, there needs to be an easier way to do this. Timing is punishing us all, Jimmy says. I admire your drive to complete stuff and run with it. Yeah, there was a period where I thought I was just going to pull the plug on it. But I just figured, like, it's already up there. We'll just let it run, see how it goes, and make the best out of it. But there was probably about 3 weeks during this campaign where that is not the best workflow, Alex. I know completely. That's why I actually probably should have stopped after 2 days. Like the first day might have been a fluke. The second day should have told me, but I just kept doing it. And but yeah, so that's all getting fixed. So when I do fix that, that's gonna be a nightmare. Um, but yeah, there was like 3 weeks where I was so like bent out of shape about the whole coronavirus thing and everyone who had lost their jobs and who had been furloughed and all this stuff that I just felt like a piece of shit asking people for money. At this point in my life, I think any workflow is acceptable. Yes, but there are some that work better than others. And what I'm focusing on more now is work that doesn't feel like work. Like the second that my writing starts to feel like work again, I need to put the brakes on and figure out a better way to do it. And this whole device to Scrivener from notes, and that is just not the way to do it. I strongly urge people not to do that. Now, if I had Scrivener on my phone and like with Evernote, probably I should just be writing in Evernote. Because I have that on my computer and I have it on my phone. And when you write in Evernote, it ends up on on your computer and vice versa. That would probably be the best way to do it. But I'm so addicted to Scrivener as my writing software that I just haven't been able to figure out a way to do that. And my phone is such a piece of crap that like every morning, like it takes until about 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock before it actually turns on because it's such a piece of shit. And the screen is like broken. Evernote is clutch. Yeah. And it's weird because I used to use Evernote for everything that wasn't writing. Do you have any new story ideas? Yes, but I'm trying to focus on poetry right now because I'm just trying to feel better about everything. And a lot of the like short story ideas I've actually just written as poems, and they flow a lot better. They feel a lot better, like coming out of my fingertips on the keyboard. It just feels so much easier and better. So until that doesn't feel like that anymore, I feel like that's what I'm going to be leaning on for the most part. There's a part of me, though, that wants to do at least like one short story a week on my website, but I don't, as much as I want to do it, I don't want to make it feel like it's a job that I have to do. Like, I just want to write and feel good about writing. Let's see, I feel low tech. I've taken to writing in a leather bound and then transcribing to Word. And that's not bad. Doing it like that's not bad. Like, if you are comfortable doing that, that's cool. I personally don't like Word, but that dates back to when you were making ebooks and publishing ebooks. You had to do HTML coding for your ebooks, and Word puts in so much coding that you almost have to take more out of the Word code to just be able to make your book. But now it's not like that. Now you can just, most programs are like, make an EPUB, boom, make a .mobi, boom, and it's fine. But back when like the ebook boom started, Word was like the worst thing you could write in because of that. So, but I don't think it's that bad anymore. Do you feel like your poems may be a storyteller vibe like Bukowski? Yes and no. I feel like Bukowski, depending on what era of Bukowski you're talking about, I feel like Bukowski was better at focusing on emotion. Because I feel like that's, like, there's a lot of different schools of thought with poetry. Like, if what you're writing is more observation based or inwardly based. Let me plug my computer in. Hang on. And early Bukowski was very, like, internal emotion of what was going on. Almost to the point where what he was talking about would almost get lost in the emotion, if that makes sense. Which is very much like what the beats would do. So, like, your Ginsberg and your Kerouac. The later Bukowski, I feel like he completely threw all of that away, and it was almost short storytelling / journalism. And I like all of Bukowski's stuff. Like, I could read it over and over and over again, and it doesn't bore me or anything like that. The horse race stuff sometimes doesn't connect with me, but I like that. But in the in the early 70s, there were a lot of poets who were trying to just kind of fight against the university style of what poetry should be. And you had your different schools of poetry. You had, like, your New York school and your what was it, Black Mountain School and all this other shit. And all of them had rules. Like, form had to be like this, and structure had to be like this, and this had to be like this. And there were some poets who were like, this is bullshit because you're focusing more on form than the words, than the line, than what you're trying to say. So, like, we're talking like Douglas Blazek, Steve Richmond, Bukowski, Jack Michelin, Al Purdy. There were enough people to say what you're talking about isn't correct for everything. It, like, not everything has to be like that. If you like your poetry like that, that's fine. But poetry should come from, like, your gut. It should, like, vomit onto the page. It should, like, claw your fucking eyes out. It should, like Bukowski said about reading Blazek stuff, that when you, like, wipe your hand on a page, it should, like, come back bloody, you know? And, like, I completely fucking agree with that. And so in that sense, yes, I do feel like this stuff is very much in that vibe as Bukowski. But I think since Bukowski was the biggest name to come out of that, like, revolution, let's say, there are a lot of other writers and poets who got left behind that I think are just as important, or if not more important than him, that I think people need to look at. But if we're talking about Blazek, pre-78, after 78, don't bother with it. That's just me. I love the idea of betting on horse races, but can never bring myself to throw my own money away on it. It's so funny because I grew up, like, seriously, like, probably 3 blocks from the Los Alamitos racetrack. And as soon as we were old enough to go, me and my buddy would go and, like, do $2 win or $2 place or $2 show tickets. And we would go all the time, and I would always try to, but I mean, I was a kid, really, and I'd be looking at the books and looking at the tote board and going, I don't know what the fuck any of this shit means. But I would see, like, the, like, 60 to 1 or something. I'm like, oh, I'll put $2 on that, because if I win, that's awesome. But I would always fucking lose, and my friend would always lose, and we would be all pissed off, and then we would go across the street to the starting gate and have Bloody Marys and some eggs or something like that. But we weren't good. And after, when you read Bukowski enough, like, you think you could beat the system. You think you're like, oh shit, I could fucking do this, and I could do this okay. And I asked Zoe, I don't know, it wasn't even that long ago. It was probably like 3 or 4 months ago. I'm like, hey, we should start going to the races maybe. Because, like, some of my family go to the horse races, and my sister's husband used to actually work at the Los Alamitos racetrack with the horses. So it's like, I'm like, yeah, we should do that. And Zoe's like, no, we should not do that. So, like the wordplay of poetry, but often get tired of it, and only want to write that important feeling which creates the punchline. Exactly. And that's really all you should want to do ever. Because, like, the whole thing, like writing poetry is, like, trying to tell as much as you can in the fewest words possible. And if you can, like, paint whatever picture and give whatever feeling you need and give that punchline in 300 words as compared to 20,000 words, like, why the fuck wouldn't you do that? And the normal person in my head says the reason why you wouldn't do that is because poetry doesn't sell. And short stories don't even really sell, but they sell better than poetry. and novellas sell better than short stories, and novels sell better than novellas. So as long as you're filling up paper, you're making money. And that was like the dream I was chasing for a few years there. And it just got really depressing because like I was just writing to put words on a page so my word count would be big enough so I could either send it out to a publisher or sell it on Amazon and have the Kindle estimated page count make it seem like it was adequate to other books that I was trying to sell it against. And all that shit I just said, that shouldn't be a writer's fucking issue. Like, that shouldn't be anything that goes through a writer's brain. A writer should be fucking writing. You know what I'm saying? So, all that other shit is just like, you don't need that. And I know some people could do it because some people have a business background, some people are good with numbers and enjoy doing that. But I'm not one of those people. And I tried to be one of those people for so long, and it just wasn't what was going on. So why try to fight and be something that I'm not when all I want to do is create? So that was just kind of where I where I turned, I guess, where I lost my shit and went that way. And I'm not giving up on novels and I'm not giving up on short stories. I'm just saying right now it's more freeing to just write as much as I can in as few words as possible. That's it. Dude, it sucks trying to adhere to the idea of brevity and economy of words, but being told a novel. Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Oh, here it comes, man. Every 20 years, it seems like a novel is supposed to be like 20 to 30,000 words more than it was 20 years before, if that makes any sense. This is my big conspiracy theory. The publishing industry, they don't give a shit what's on the paper as long as it's coherent and it's big. Because if it's big, they can sell it for more. They could fit more of these big giant books on the pallets to ship out to the big stores, and they're really just selling paper. That's it. Like, they don't give a shit what's in it. They're selling paper. And as long as they could get it on an end cap at Barnes & Noble and a bunch of fucking people walk in and buy that shit, then that's what they do. And so they don't give a shit what's in it as long as it's big and they could sell it for a lot of money. For a book, basically. Alex says, a writer is an artist, a writer is a salesman. It's a difficult balance. I agree, same. Dude, a writer is a salesman, I think, is scary. A writer is an artist, I agree with. I feel like a self-published writer is a salesman. And a self-published writer being a salesman, it doesn't mean that you have to be a good salesman. It just means that that's what you are. Until something different happens. Whether you get an agent, you get a manager, you get a attorney with good connections, or you get like a publishing deal or whatever. It is a difficult balance. It's really fucking hard. And I would say 2013, 2014, I was on probably like my biggest writing kick as far as like novels go. I was cranking shit out. And then 2014, 2015, I was just really focused on Amazon algorithms and how they work and how to sell and how to make email lists work and internet marketing and all this fucking shit. And it got to the point where I was spending so much more time on the marketing than I was on the books that, like, I almost got to the point where I didn't want to do anything anymore. And, like, that was awful because, like, if you guys have known me for any length of time, I had been in music. I had a record label. I made film. Had a production company. I've always created, and when I got back to writing books, it was so amazing because there was no one else I had to be beholden to. It was like I could write a book with whatever budget I want. I could blow up a whole fucking town. I could like destroy everything. I could, whatever. Like there was nothing holding me back but my imagination. And once I started seeing on Amazon the things that um, could hold you back, like if you cross genres, or if your page count isn't enough, or if your price point is too high or too low. It turned. It was just awful. I didn't want to do it anymore. That's so sad. Um, Jimmy says, I worked at Barnes & Noble. Dirty truth, my manager open admitted she didn't care about reading anything, just selling them. Callous, dead mind, and cold bitch. Dude, like, I would go into a Barnes & Noble and I would ask for, like, a Kurt Vonnegut book. Like, I can't find this book. Do you have it? What? And, like, they wouldn't know who I was talking about. And then I would go, hey, I'm looking for some, like, early Robert E. Howard stuff that's not necessarily Conan, but like other stuff that he did. Do you have anything like that? Not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. And they go directly to a computer and they start typing shit in, and they're typing it in wrong. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on there. And that bothers me. And if you guys watch like Steve Donahue used to work at Barnes & Noble. And he had tons of people coming in because he was like the only human being left on the planet that knew of every book and who it was written by and every fucking writer who ever existed. And so people came to him and he would give them good recommendations and all that other shit. You go into Barnes & Noble now, it's like, fucking hell, you're lucky to get your Starbucks drink made right, It's like, Jesus. But I felt the same way about Blockbuster Video when that happened, because I was used to going to video stores with like total nerdy movie geeks, and like Blockbuster opens everywhere, and they just have whatever 15-year-old kid who just got a work permit, and you ask them about anything and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So it happens to every industry, and I'd be really interested to see what happens with the publishing industry after COVID, like post-COVID. Because, like, the comic book industry is completely fucked. But, like, the publishing industry, like, I wonder what's going to happen with that. Like, what's going to happen with bookstores? What's going to happen, like, brick and mortar shops, online? Like, just everything. Everything is going to be different. And we don't know what it's going to be like yet. But it's definitely not going to be the same as it was. So I'm just really curious to see what changes are made. Yeah, it was a sad state working there. My first time at Barnes & Noble in '07 was awesome. A decade later, it was a desolate feeling. I feel sad about the comic book shops. Dude, the comic book shops, man. There's like nothing to say about it that makes it good. Like, everything fell apart all at the same time, like a week and a half after lockdown. It's like, yeah, like, I don't even know what to say. It's terrible. It's sad. It's fucked. I never worked at a Barnes and Noble. That was one of those. It's sometime like I'm gonna get a job at Barnes and Noble someday, and I'll be a guy that has at least a little bit of knowledge about these types of books, and blah 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 blah, and it'll be great. But it's a corporate fucking job, and I don't think I'd be able to fucking pull it together. I think guys like you and Steve preserve interest in these older titles authors. You guys and a few others have done well to introduce myself. Oh, that's really nice, man. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad I could introduce you to stuff. I have a ridiculous knowledge of things that really aren't that important. So every once in a while, I'll pop off with something pretty awesome, I guess. Not that it would ever help me in real world situations, but hey, Lum York was the bass player in Hank Williams' Drifting Cowboys. Boom, there you go. Knowledge bomb. What will that ever do for me? Absolutely nothing, unless I get a weird question on Double Jeopardy one time. Jessica, comic book shops around here have to work so hard, I can only imagine what the rest of the country does. It's a shit show right now. Like, no one can be open. I know DC is putting out some stuff digitally now, and I don't know why they held back for so long on that. That just felt weird altogether. Um, but I don't know what shops are going to do. And you specifically got me to deep dive into these crime noir novels. You know what you should check out if you haven't checked it out yet? If you listen to podcasts at all, there's a podcast called Paperback Warrior. They don't just focus on crime noir, but they focus on older paperback stuff, and they are very bright dudes. I think they're actually on YouTube. Like, some of their podcasts are on YouTube. It's called Paperback Warrior. If you're into any of that stuff, dude, definitely check them out. They are on it. Alright, I'm going to probably call it a night here. I'll be back in the morning, and I'll probably be back tomorrow night as well. So, thank you so much for contributing. Jessica, thank you for contributing to that. 3 days left, so in just a couple days, I'll stop having to shill, and that'll be awesome. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and we'll do this again tomorrow night. It'll be cool. I appreciate it. Yeah, good talking with you too, Jimmy. Hopefully I could see you again tomorrow. Take care, guys.